Welcome back to the Practically Answered podcast, where we tackle real life challenges with honesty, faith, and practical solutions. I'm your host, Krystalin, and today we're going to be diving into a topic that so many of us wrestle with, but we often keep quiet about. This topic is called Embracing Your Body and Finding Confidence Beyond Comparison. I know that's a deep one, but it's going to be great. So in a world where fillers, highlight reels, and constant reminders of what we should look like, it often feels impossible to be content in your own skin. But the truth is, our worth isn't found in measuring up. It's found in embracing who we really are, fully and unapologetically. Let's get into it. Like I said, this topic, we are talking about embracing our bodies. We are going to press past comparison and we are going to talk about finding confidence. This is so essential, especially in the world we live in now. The society that we are in now, it really talks about just what, and it's been like that for years, but what's the norm? What is accepted? What is unacceptable? No longer will we do that. We will talk about finding confidence and really embracing who we are and where we are now, right? So let's do a little story time, right? So I want to share just a little bit about my past. So as you guys could tell, I am a Black plus size woman. For people that's on Spotify, if you find us on YouTube, you'll see, or you look at my Instagram, you can tell. But I am a Black plus size woman. And for so long, I would say majority of my life, I've been plus size. And I've always gone into spaces where I felt like I did not measure up a lot of the times. Okay. A lot of times I would go into a space, just going even back to middle school and high school. I've always compared myself to the smaller or thinner girls that were around me. And even as I got older and really, when I really started to do some self-reflection and really started to work on myself, I realized that was really a problem for me. So what I would do was I would come into these spaces, walking in these rooms, and I would just feel so inadequate. I would feel so out of place. And even when I was like in a group where there were girls that were seemingly to be bigger than me, I would still compare myself to the other people that I saw. It was like this what do you call it, like this level that I just kept this bar that I kept raising the bar, kept increasing the standard. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, when am I ever gonna be to that space, And of course people may say, listen, all you got to do is eat healthy and work out and stuff like that. But sometimes your mind does not have the capacity to press past that, right? Sometimes we are and it goes in so many directions. It can transfer into depression. It can go into so many things of that. Listen, comparison kills. Okay, just point blank period. Comparison kills. Whether it's about your size, whether it's about where you are financially, whether it's a career, relationships. Comparison kills. It is the number one robber of joy. Okay. So just a quick little story time. So I remember there was this time where let me see, maybe I can use one from middle school. There was these group of girls that I would hang out with, thinking seemingly they were my friends, right? And these girls, I would hang around with them because they were, they seemingly to, want to accept me and be around me. And I would find there were some smaller, some bigger, and I just kept the girls that were smaller than me. I like fixated on them, right? Not in a stalker or weird way, y'all, but in a way that made me feel like, oh, I want to be like them. I want to wear the clothes that they wear. I want to be able to fit whatever. And I would hear people tell me all the time, like, oh, you're so beautiful, your hair is so long, all the things. But it was never enough, right? It was never enough. So I remember one day we went out for gym, and I was sitting. And oh my God, this I need to take this to therapy, because this was the first memory that came to my mind. Anyways, so we were sitting in the gym, and we had just did our like our laps or whatever, because the coach would always make us do laps and stuff like that. And we were sitting on the bleachers, and this gentleman that was there, this young kid that was there, he had us kind of like in a little huddle, and we were all talking. And one of the girls asked him, like, you know, let's put together, like, what's your ideal woman that you would marry? Now, we like 6th grade, 7th grade. Nobody knows anything about marriage, or let alone wanting to be in a relationship, right? Like a real relationship. And he went around and he said, well, you know, I would pick this girl for her body. I would pick this girl for this and this and that. And then he got around to me, and he said, and so one of the girls that I was, you know, friends with, okay, she said to him, she said, well, what about Krystalin? Like, what do you think? And he kind of looked back. You know how boys do, like, you know, trying to figure you out, size you up, all the things. And this boy says, oh, like, Krystalin, she's very pretty, but she too big for me. Now, okay, because back then I had I had a high, well, how can you say, I had so much low self-esteem, it was horrible, okay? Like, my self-esteem was low of the low, okay? And when he said that, it triggered me, but because I was so I was raised to, and I think I talked about this in another episode, but I was raised to be so just reserved and quiet. And that was kind of my personality too. Excuse me. At the time, I was very, very shy. So I didn't say anything in that moment. But that little boy, when he said that, just in the mind frame I'm in now, and really thinking about who I am to this day, if I can go back and defend my younger self. Because who you think you talking to like that? Like, for real. Who? Like, what? And he wasn't even all that cute. Okay, y'all see? Okay, anyways. So, you know, just in that moment, I really felt horrible. I really, really did. And I literally said, you know, after the fact, I went home and I told my mom. And my mom was like, listen, you know, first of all, he does not hold any weight in your life. You know what I mean? So for you to feel distraught, you know, she was basically trying to build me up. But I said all that to say, these are the things that young girls and young people go through each and every day, even as adults. You know, people say things and they don't know the magnitude or the severity of what they're saying to you, right? They're just being honest. That's how they feel, whether it's mean or not. That's their opinion. They're entitled to their opinion. I get that. But we have to be careful how we handle people, because you never know what they're dealing with. So, all that to say, those were one of the pivotal moments in my life where I really allowed, you know, someone's words and, you know, to fuel whatever was going on the inside of me. So remember, I said I was already dealing with low self-esteem, and then for somebody to say that to me, that just added a whole nother level, okay? So in that moment, you know, as time went on, I, you know, really spent my life, you know, just tugging at my clothes, finding the right things. I would even, and if you know me, my friends and family, they know me, I have gone throughout life like wearing oversized clothes because I didn't want to, I was very self-conscious about my body, right? Which at this moment, I am beautiful, okay? Please understand that. I love how I look. I love who I am. You know, there's still things that I'm working on and I still have insecurities about, but I have learned how to accept Krystalin. Like, you are beautiful. You are wonderful. You are made in God's image. Like, you doing it, okay? You that girl, all right? So, and that's for anybody that is currently dealing with that. If you are feeling inadequate and you are self-conscious about anything in your life, whether it be weight, relationships, career, anything in your life, please understand that you are made in God's image and you are perfectly and wonderfully made. So no matter what you're dealing with, no matter your flaws and insecurities, anything, you are beautiful and you matter, right? I just wanted to plug that in for somebody. Like, you matter, okay? Now, so like I said, as time went on, like, I had to speak to myself and learn, like, listen, Krystalin, you are a beautiful young lady. You are, you know, all that you can be. You, whatever you put your mind to, you can do it, and it's gonna be all right. All right, so let me give you a scripture that I feel like is vital for this topic, right? I already kind of touched on it, but I want to give you the specific scripture and really kind of elaborate on it. The Bible tells us in Psalms 139:14, I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Okay, notice it doesn't say when you lose weight or when you fit into a certain size. It says you are already wonderfully made, okay? Now, remember we talked about this. Comparison kills. And I already mentioned this before. Comparison robs us of our joy, okay? But God reminds us that he has crafted each and every one of us intentionally, okay? Our uniqueness is not a flaw. Please understand that. Everything that your whole makeup is unique and nothing about you is a flaw, okay? It is a feature of his design. And as we lean into that truth, we begin to see that our bodies are not something to critique or criticize, but we are vessels, right? Capable, beautiful, and worthy vessels, okay? We are, like I told you earlier, you are beautiful, you are wonderful, you are valued, and you are loved, okay? Please understand that God, when everything about you, God has made, okay? Everything, your makeup, your face, your hair, your shape, everything about you, he was intentional about your makeup, okay? Now, there are things that we can do practically to change and sculpt and do the things that we want, you know, to feel more confident in all the things. But who you are is not a mistake. Who you are is not something to be cast aside. You are a worthy and beautiful person, okay? So please, please, please remember that. Comparison kills, guys, and it robs us of our joy. So please be intentional. Use those affirmations. Use those things to build yourself up, right? Focus on the positive in your life. What is something that you do that nobody else can do? Even if other people do it, nobody can do it like you. Okay, so please understand that. I want to just encourage you guys about that. Now, let's get practical. Y'all already know, let's talk about our practical answers. So, how can you actually embrace your body and stepping into confidence without falling into the trap of comparison? Okay, so that question is very, very, very weighty. So I'm going to say it again. How can you actually start embracing your body and stepping into confidence without falling into the trap of comparison? All right. Here are 3 steps that will help you and definitely has helped me. Okay. So number 1, shift your inner dialogue. Okay. That is when I tell you self-talk, you know that saying where it says you are your worst critic. We got to stop that, y'all. We got to stop that. We have to start saying and we have to stop speaking negative to ourselves, right? So number 1, like I said, shift your inner dialogue. Catch yourself when negative thoughts pop up. Now, I will tell you this. I remember I saw this. It was like a little clip, but it was a sermon that Bishop T.D. Jakes talked about, and he said that, you know, our thoughts and our memories come back to torment us. And just that little clip, it was something totally different. It wasn't about this topic, but that line alone really helped me start to shift the way I thought, because a lot of times we're going and we're moving and we're just going throughout life, and sometimes thoughts will come and we just kind of let that thought just roam throughout our mind, and we don't really ring it in. We don't have we don't get a hold of it right now. So just like I said, just with that line where you know that your mind is going to come and try to rob you of your joy with certain negative thoughts, you have to cast that stuff down. Change your inner thoughts. And what I mean by that, when I say that, when something comes into your mind that's a negative thought, number one thing, and I remember like just today I was dealing with that. I was thinking, I had to kind of get my thoughts together. I was driving and my thoughts were kind of just on a rampage and just going in and thinking about some things, some negative thoughts. It wasn't about a particular person. It was just about certain situations in my life that I'm dealing with. And I had to pray it out. I had to stop letting my mind just go. I was like, you know what, Lord? First of all, you have control over my mind. That's number one. You have control. Every negative thought that's trying to come and deter me or discourage me or cause me to be fearful or whatever, I give those thoughts to you. God, I just pray against those thoughts. I pray against anything that is causing me to step outside of who you've called me to be. I want to think higher. I want to think more positive. I want to think more in a assured ways. Like, I want to be confident in who you've called me to be, even in this situation. I want to be I want my thoughts to reflect what you say about me, that you said that you will never leave me nor forsake me, that you are my provider, you are my deliverer, you are my peace, you are my joy. So I had to, and that's what I mean, cast those negative thoughts down. Don't let it just run wild in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we don't know. We'll just think, oh, well, this thought came into my mind, and then now it's festering. And no, you don't allow that to fester. You stop it right in its tracks. Nope, we're not gonna think like that. No, we're not gonna accept that. No, we are not. No, you have the power. That's why the Bible says that the power of life and death, it holds in the tongue. Speak against those things. So I know I went on a tangent, but I just want to encourage you, because this stuff right here, it's so crucial and it's so practical that people don't really know the severity and the power that they hold. But yes, change your inner dialogue, right? When you catch a negative thought coming up, nope, stop. So for instance, right, just a practical thing. Instead of saying, hey, I know for me, I have certain things on my body that I'm kind of like, oh, okay. So I'm going to give you an example. So instead of saying, I hate my arms. Oh my God, I hate my arms. They're so this, they're so that. Try, my arms allow me to hug people that I love. I know. It may sound corny. It may feel small, but who cares? Okay. Your words carry power. Okay. So you change. That's what I'm saying. Change what oh my God, that was so dumb of me to say that. No, you had a human experience right then. Okay. Maybe that was your perspective, coming out, and that's fine. It's okay. We learn from our mistakes and we move on, right? That was, why did I do that? How did I forget that? You are a human being. So many things are going on in your life. So many things are coming in your mind. Why do you feel like you have to have everything together all the time? No, the devil is a lie. God did not make us robots. He made us humans, and to be able to have a human experience, sometimes things don't go the way that we think it should go. Right? Or things don't happen, or you don't do the things that you feel like you should be doing. It's a human experience. It's okay. Right? All right. Number 2, curate what you consume. Right? So if social media feeds you, think about it, y'all. If social media feeds you, makes you feel less than, right? It's time to clean that up. Okay, so my husband went on this this decluttering phase of his Instagram. He took everything that was negative, everything that he was trying to get on his fitness journey, in which he is, babe, you're doing a great job, love you. So he went on this whole declutter mode, and he cleaned up his social media. He took out everything that would cause him to desire bad foods and just toxic news and people fighting and deaths and all these things that your algorithm will create. He decluttered all of that. He began to follow people and like certain things that would fuel him when he gets on his feeds, right? So just like that, clean it up. You have to, that's your page, your Twitter, your what is it called, your Instagram, your TikTok, your Facebook, your YouTube, whatever it is that you're watching. Clean it up. We all usually, everybody, I don't know about everybody, but usually most people go on social media. So if you're on social media and you're seeing things that is draining more than fueling you, clean it up. Unfollow. And I know sometimes we be nosy and be like, oh no, I don't want to miss this. But if you see that it's not helping you, why would you continue to watch? Why? Turn it off. Clean it up, right? So curate what you consume. Change out what you are seeing, so your algorithm will start to see, okay, no, she don't want to see that, or he don't want to see that. Let me start giving him other stuff. But it starts with you, right? Follow people who look like you. Follow people who look like you, where you are right now. Now, yes, there are some things that you want to follow so you can make sure that you are like you're being inspired by. But if it's causing you more damage than good, I think you should unfollow. So follow people that are either on the journey that you're trying to go on. So I know there's a plus size girl that I watch. She embodies confidence, right? And sometimes my own insecurities, I'm like, oh, she should be posting that. But it has caused me to be more confident, because I'm like, if she can go out there and show all her shapes and curves and all the things, what's stopping me? You know what I'm saying? Like, you are beautiful too. So I said all that to say, change what you follow, okay? Change who inspires you, right? Go follow people that inspire you. Look up certain things that you want to be like, what you aspire to be. What's your goal, right? Follow people who remind you that beauty isn't one size fit all. Okay, please understand, especially for my women who are my plus size, or even if you're not plus size, because some women that are smaller, that are not typically plus size, they want to gain weight, right? It's not just my plus size girlies that are on this in this phase of trying to lose weight and all the things, or get healthy. There are certain women that are more slim, and they desire to have to have more meat on their bones, or to be have a certain physique. So it's not just the plus size women. It's some of them are the slim women who want to gain and have muscle and kind of shape and curate what they want to look like. So, and even for my men, right? If you are a man that's watching and you feel like you're either overweight or underweight, listen, change what you're looking at, okay? You have to guard your gates, guard your eye gate, your ear gate, because that is fueling your spirit. That is fueling how you feel about yourself. Just like how they tell us, like, protect what you eat. You are what you eat. You are what you see. If you are always, just like with food, if you're always eating potato chips and, cookies and snacks and stuff, that stuff is not going to reflect good for your body, right? So, but if you're always, just in the same vein, if you're always looking at something that is like, oh man, I want to be like that, or whatever, it's not going to fuel you. It's going to make you depressed. So change what you are seeing. Guard your heart, guard your ears, guard your eyes, guard yourself, so you could be able to walk into what you really want to walk into. Okay. And number 3, celebrate your body in action. Okay. I will tell you, I am not a type of person that really like to work out. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest. I told y'all I will always be authentic with y'all. I don't like working out. I don't like being hot. I don't like being sweaty. I'm just being honest. But what I have learned, movement helps. Okay. Move in ways that bring you joy. Now, what I mean by that, how do you like losing weight? How do you like working out? I'm a type of person, I like, even though I've always said I don't really like cardio, baby, you give me a hip hop, dance, something, Zumba, or something fun. It's got to be fun. Shoot, I do Just Dance. Okay, and I don't even know if that's still out, but the Just Dance from the Wii or whatever, I will do that, because I have always felt like you know, it has to be a joyous experience. I don't want it to be what do you call it? I don't want it to be, you know, like a chore. I hate that. I hate that. Oh my gosh. I hate that. So what I have done, you know, when it comes down to working out and stuff like that, I have found, first of all, smaller, like shorter time spans, right? And things that even though I'm working out and I'm moving my body, it is not causing me to hate what I'm doing, right? It's a fun time. It's a joyous occasion. Move in ways that bring you joy, not punishment. Okay? Whether it's walking, dancing, or stretching, shift your mindset from fixing your body to honoring it. Okay, that is a deep one. Let me say that again. Whether it's walking, dancing, or stretching, shift your mindset from fixing your body to honoring it. Okay, confidence is built in the daily choices, not in waiting for a perfect version of yourself. Okay, honey. Yes, confidence is built in a daily choice. They are built in daily choices, right? Not in waiting for the perfect version of yourself. Okay, so as always, y'all know the drill. I want to hear from you. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I love to hear from you. Like I said earlier, how are you learning to embrace your body and build confidence without comparison? Please scan this QR code and I want to talk about it. I want to hear your response. Okay, scan this QR code so I can hear from you. Share your journey with me on Instagram. Please follow me at the Practically Answered Podcast. Send me a message. It's up to you, right? You never know who might wants to hear your story. I definitely want to hear it. Okay, so if this episode has spoke to you, take a moment to share it with a friend. If this episode spoke to you, please take a moment to share it with a friend or family member who is currently struggling with body confidence. Okay, sometimes the best gift we can give someone is a reminder that they are enough. Okay, please share this video. Okay, so with that being said, thank you so much for spending time with me here at the Practically Answered Podcast. Remember, worth isn't found in comparison. It's rooted in who God says you are. Okay, you are fearfully and wonderfully and purposefully made. Okay, until next time, keep showing up as your authentic self, keep choosing confidence, and most importantly, keep embracing the body you've been blessed with. Okay, I'll see you in the next episode. Love y'all. Bye.